This is me. I'm one of the strongest players on this SMP. I have several spare G-sets and a full armor that gives special powers, but it hasn't always been that way. And if you want to know how I got to this point, I'll have to take you back all the way to the start of our story. So let me do it again. This is me, and if you're wondering why I'm only equipped with basic iron armor, that's because I just joined a new server called Gustambo SMP. Now this is not just an ordinary SMP. In this server, every armor trim gives a unique and special ability, which means if I want to survive in this server, I'll have to get gear and trims fast. Now that may sound easy at first, but I was only able to log on for the first time on the second day of the server. Combine that with the fact that the border is currently only 1000 blocks away from spawn, and you got yourself a world full of looted structures and empty villages. But luckily, I've come up with a plan. Because the border is so small, I'll locate someone's base and grind gear there until I'm fully maxed out, and then I'll go search for some trims. And that's exactly what I did. Now if you don't know what this is, it's called a pie chart. It's completely vanilla and it allows you to locate specific blocks inside the render distance, which means if I go near a base, even if it's hidden, in most cases the pie chart will be able to find it. There, you see that? We just found a base. This base will do just fine. It has everything you need, from enchanted boots, E-table, some extra loot, a filter breather, and even a string to put. I guess all there's left now is to hit the time lapse. Enjoy! Now you might be wondering, why am I even doing all this? So let me explain. When I first joined the server, my teammate warned me about a player called Friggs, saying he's the second best player on the server. So determined to prove myself as the better player, I promised myself I would find his location and kill him. But while going back to base to better prepare for the search, things took turn for the worst when this happened. This is him, the player I was so determined to kill, standing right in front of me in the base I was gearing at the whole time. And then it hit me. I spent the whole day gearing at the enemy's base without even knowing it. But I gotta remember that he doesn't know that I want to kill him yet, and killing him here is definitely not an option, as if I try anything stupid, he would call his teammates, and more specifically one player called Pinita. And you might remember me saying Frix is the second best player on the server. And according to my teammate, that's true, but what I didn't tell you is who's the number one. And I think you can already guess who's that. Pinita. Now if I want to prove myself as the best player, I'll have to kill them both at some point. But to be wanting them is not a good idea, which means if I want to kill Friggs, I'll have to lure him away from his base so that none of his teammates would be able to help him. And luckily I got the perfect opportunity when the border expanded to 3000 blocks radius. That means Friggs will probably be going out soon to search for some new structures, which means I'm gonna follow him and make sure to be there when he's not paying attention. And after some following, I was able to catch him off guard about 1000 blocks away from his base. And here's how it went. Enjoy. this point, I was pretty confident in my chances of winning this fight, but what happened next would change the outcomes of this fight dramatically. Anita, the one player I was trying to avoid. If I keep fighting, I would have to stand up against the two best players on the SMP all by myself. I had to make a choice, and fast. With every second that passes by, my odds of winning are getting lower and lower. I could run now and give up on my goal, or stay and fight, or risking everything I own. And while considering all my options, with 1,000 thoughts going through my mind, I've made my decision. Yes, I do have a high chance of dying here and losing all my gear, but maybe, just maybe, I could get two birds with one stone.